Alrighty, so um, quick update more or less. We last mission I didn't really record it. We left this previous port, sailed back around to the Bay of Biscay and the port La Rochelle. And the only action I didn't really record it was around here at the Horn at the English Channel here. Um, encountered actually encountered another U-boat, the AI, being engaged by aircraft, and it was like a reconnaissance bomber, if you will. And so since I dove when I was at periscope depth, but because I was near it and I was in the vicinity, the game was in alarm status and it was taking a really long time, and I could actually watch from a distance. Um, the submarine wasn't diving for whatever reason, and they were exchanging gunfire. And so then I was like, oh, what the heck, I'll save it before I do this, and engaged or surfaced and manned my own anti-aircraft gun and actually shot it down. So and then the other U-boat sailed away into the sector somewhere, and that was that. Came back into port, and I think we were awarded the Knight's Cross for that, I guess. To some extent, not that alone, but yeah. Anyhow, so currently the mission, we're refitted my crew. Um, fuel and torpedoes and shower loaded, and the missions out here is patrol the BE sector. It's a little bit, excuse me, it's a little bit it's the second level of difficulty. It's like yellow status. It goes green, yellow, and red. And yellow's like in the middle for difficulty, the patrolling, supposedly. Supposed to travel out there and sink about, 7,000 in tonnage. So we're going to try to do that. And go ahead and de-dock here. So just want to final check before you start pulling away. Just double tap that everything is where it's supposed to be. Yep, okay. See, you know what I'm saying? You accumulate chow. I got 70 units of canned bread. Not sure how that would taste, but whatever. And then 34 cans of beef, canned meat, if you will. And that's stuff that I stacked up. The sausages and the preserved pork and the potatoes. Those are small units, 14, 13, and 12. And it's in my humble opinion with the game the game or the state that the game is in now, it does do justice to after you sink a couple ships and you meet your objectives to return home, just so you start accumulating food and saving it up, if that makes sense, because it doesn't allow you to purchase 70 can bread right off the bat. They have small they have the variety stuff, but it's in small units such as 13 or 12, which only will last you not even a week out at sea, maybe less. Alright, so it looks like we got everything. Right. Get going here. Yep, so they're all in there. Okay, cool. Alright, and the lead port, all you have to do is hit the little dock thing, and she pops off the dock and starts going. Oh man. So hopefully now that we're back on the western side of Europe, and we'll be on the western side of England, we'll run into more convoy traffic, as opposed to sailing around east of Sweden and not really seeing anything out there. Like I said previously before, obviously boredom is part of submarine hunting. But after 3 patrols up in that sector, just wasn't having it. My guy, the sailors or the crew is at where they are now due to previous patrols out there in the sector. But the only reason, if you're playing this and you're considering going into the North Sea is, I would do the recon headquarters mission, so you have a general idea where their defenses are set up to some extent, and then, to gain XP, because once you complete that, and if you make it out of there alive, you return, you get a lot of XP for that, and your reputation points go up pretty high. Obviously, because you're in a port, you're sinking stuff, and they're, the port and all that jazz. But aside from that, I went to hang out up here, maybe till maybe later on in the war. Like people are suggesting, going up here after 1941 is not as bad as trying to do before 1941. It's pretty dead. All right, so generally speaking, I like to just leave the port, sure, nothing's scraping up against the hull, and then just quick time at ×5. As you can tell, it takes, because we're so the way they broke it down, or the devs I think broke it down, is that to help people, I guess, so your processor isn't eating itself. There's travel mode, but I think areas of the map get loaded into the game, and I think it's in 3 parts, i.e. When you're on shore and you're by the port, or a sub pen, they load the cities in the port. That's one stage, and then when you're out here, it switches to just the coastline and the shallow water and all that jazz. And you'll see as I push out further to the west, it'll load the Bay of Biscay ocean, and then once I cross into the BE portion of the map, more or less, it'll load it again. You just saw that travel mode, pop off not too long ago. So we'll go ahead and utilize that. And you're obviously going much faster. And that's the other thing about this base, is it only takes you maybe 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes, if you're doing it correctly, to leave this port. I'd be sitting here for another 10 minutes trying to leave this port because of all the islands that are surrounding it, and I guess the ocean walls that protect said base or sub pens from the elements. So now that we're about halfway out here in the ocean, go ahead and start rotating watches, and then obviously keep an eye on the navigation correctness, as at 47%. So we'll go ahead and have our navigator start cranking away. And we already have a radio transmission coming in from higher headquarters. So go ahead and click on that. You'll have your radio stations from La Rochelle and Gibraltar. You go ahead and click on transmission from HQ. And depending on his skill and the sailors attached to him, determines how long it takes for him to decrypt that, etc., etc. So because we're out here in the ocean, I'm not sure if it's in game or not, but I usually hide the flag, so we're not as easily identifiable and or spotted, I guess. Not sure if that's a real thing or not, but it's early access. To each his own. So you get the new message. Patrol Sector B. Your standing orders in Patrol Sector B. Good luck. We have talking about. Yep. So we have information that crucial technology has been loaded on the freighter SS Droning Mod. Droning Mod. Good. I don't know. It must be sunk at all costs. Its predicted location is 46 north, 17 west. Longitudes, latitude, longitude. So then it gives you the estimated convoy, location. Usually that's because there's another submarine and or nine times out of ten it's another U-boat. Obviously in sandbox mode or an aircraft from Germany doing air reconnaissance reporting on the convoy's position. All you have to do is click on it, and you saw that the course was already projected. Again, that's not its exact location. I think that's like an estimated. Um, I think it's an estimated circle of maybe like 12K. So they can be in there inside that 12K box or circle, if you will. So generally, when we get there and we reach the patrol section, I'll go ahead and dive and see if we can get some hydrophones. The purpose behind that. And so, for a reason you click on this and it doesn't do it, you have the camera view, which I don't utilize, and then you click on the intersect course. It says an interception course has been plotted. So it's about nighttime when we reach said HX convoy. So now that we reached our sector, we're gonna go ahead and report that in to get the 500 income value points. Our navigation correctness is pretty solid, so I'll navigator go ahead and peace out for some Z's. Keep these guys on watch. So obviously you want to have the circle or sight circles maxed out as much as possible. So because it's at night, and it seems like it'll be about just in the morning, we should spot them at relatively ease. I think the sun's up. So this is bad. It does say in the game, if the convoy is actually heading this way. And here again, there's your, hey, they can be in this red circle. Pretty much, since the sun is at our backs, for instance, the sun's over here. That's actually taken into account with our visibility rating when we're approaching from, I guess, the east, and the convoy sailing northeast. If the sun's at our backs, we're easily, or more, it's easier for them to detect us, for crying out loud. Oh man, so more or less, I'm not exactly sure. So as I still don't have a real feel for when or how close I can get away with, closing on the convoy. Obviously, time of day and weather is incorporated into that. So generally about like 5K, with this is clear weather conditions, I'll go ahead and dive, and I'll kind of just sit there or go maybe like 4 knots, set up and try to get that 90-degree offset for the perfect shot. So when you're shooting the torpedoes, they're hitting head on. There's no glancing, going on. Because you do get torpedoes. It's on normal mode. The reload time is not ridiculous by any means, but it's still annoying to be in position and have those things become duds or misses. Yep. So we're gonna go ahead and speed up just a smidge for the reasons of I guess YouTube watching personnel. So again, still like the general area, so it doesn't mean that's their exact location. As I come into their general area here, the game will start loading. Okay, the map is now said convoy. Okay. So now we spotted the convoy, and actually, we're in that general area, that red circle, and they're actually, this is better because now the sun's, higher than us, and we're not gonna be as easily spotted. Blah 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 blah. So we spotted the convoy. You radio that in. Fracture points. Our visibility is still at 95%, but you'll actually see this. You'll know when they see you. Um, they'll start shooting at you, obviously, but this will turn into an exclamation point and all that fun stuff. So let's see here. So we have the captain up there, probably having to drink some coffee because he's pretty tired, but he's the best at identifying ships. And he's the best at, making the torpedo solutions, or the quickest, or more efficient, I suppose. So what you got to do is you click on the ship here, freighter, you click on here the opening targets list. And you'll task him with identifying and calculating torpedo course. I noticed in the game that if it's grayed out like this, it's neutral Sweden supposedly, but it's more than likely not your target, if that makes sense. And so what we'll do is we'll jack this up because I'm gonna try to actually come out here, bang this way, and then go that way. Well, we'll try to go that way. No, we'll try to go that way, and then well, let me do this. So generally, get the general direction of the boat, of the ship. Obviously, if you're doing this in more advanced settings, it's not gonna let you do that. So you just get the general direction of the boat or the ship, and kind of plan. Like right now, we're in its path of sailing. I'm gonna try to push out here, getting some distance, because right here you got a Corvette, and we're gonna speed out there, and then we're gonna actually put some sailors on that. We're gonna speed out there, try to create some space between us. Turn left, and then kind of bank it in here and sit there and wait for the convoy to pass. The crazy thing is, which I kind of don't like, is after I dive and he goes to periscope depth, he has to like almost identify everybody again. But I'm not sure if you have the solution percentage right here, and then on the name of the ship's unknown, but it has the type. And so far it's looking like it's 2 Corvettes, which aren't nearly as bad as destroyers. So we're cruising here. Alright. So what happens to fixate our position, because it was at 77%. I'll have him start preheating the torpedoes. I'll have him redo the lowest one. Have him start doing that. Because obviously you want to do all this preparation before you dive. Because let me just see something here. Disabled. Device is disabled. That's not good. Holy bug, Batman. It's an attack periscope. Shit in the bed. That's great. So that's a major bug, obviously. Device is disabled. Splendid. It's 3. Oh wait. Yeah, it's three little boxes. So it's not jacked up in any way. Here, let me try something. Maybe it's not fully repaired. Attack periscope is the name suggests length. Yeah, well, I don't say it's damaged or anything like that. That's a shitty bug. I don't know, because we're surfaced. Yes, 30 cruise stations currently used. Okay, there it goes. I can use it now. Maybe I had the wrong person selected. Devices. That's so weird, dude. Device is disabled. Interesting. I might have it set up to where it's still, I guess, supposed to be concealed, so maybe that's why. I don't know. Learn as we go here. So now we're making 3 knots in the water. We'll go ahead and push off even further. Because there's 2 corvettes, and I don't want to play with 2 corvettes. So then, yeah, that's the predicted path of this particular ship. I'll probably, hit these first 3. But, I'm pushing off here because I don't want to be, at least 1 click away. And you'll see why. So that's about 2 clicks. So we'll go here and then bang it in. So that's almost like 3 clicks. Go like a click here. Actually, just cut across. Cut across and then come back down. Why aren't you doing it? Bugs. There it goes. Yeah, so let's see. I think it's saying 7K out. Yeah, I could change that manually if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna do that. Yoink. Yeah, it's about 7K. Let's see if we can see them in the distance from our, yep, there they are. Not sure if you can see those, but they're pretty tiny out there on the, the surface. Alright, so we'll speed that up. I'll keep my eye on the detection. Once we start making that turn, go ahead and dive. Well, how far are they still yet? About 5K, 6K. We'll go ahead and start slowing down.
Kapitän. Kaloi.
Yeah, I'm really concerned about this attacks of Periscope, so we're gonna go ahead and dive and try to figure that out right now.
Auf Seerohrtiefe gehen.
Alright, so the general area of operations has got 4,000 meters underneath our keel. So, yeah, see, he's not getting on the Periscope. That's not good. Why is the device disabled?
Wechseln auf E-Motor.
Kapitän. Kaloi. Kaloi. Sehr wohl, Herr Kaloi.
That's just weird. What a time to be buggy, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, completely. I mean, the conning tower's green. Target site's green. So it's 18 or the area gun. Cause sometimes, like, your hatches or whatever, like they do, like there's 3, 4 little bars there, and if they're damaged, they'll have like 1 block. And if they're completely empty, that means it's just straight up broken. You have to return to port / or get back into a sub pit to even let that happen. Man, now it looks like we're gonna have to use our observation periscope from here on out. Yeah, so we're on scan and collect information on contacts. Maybe I'll try it manually. Let's do that. Oops. But what's our speed here? 5 knots. All right. Okay, there, Bobby. Let's
Herr
get this
Kaloi.
guy. Go ahead and switch over the lights to
Sehr
silent
wohl, Herr
running.
Kaloi.
Because there's Corvettes, we're gonna go ahead and turn
Sehr wohl,
off the
Herr Kaloi.
gyroscope because that makes noise. And you know it might be a long haul, so we're gonna go ahead and just start prepping. Oh jeez, we gotta turn that off. Oh, let's turn off the power. Yoink. So that was the ventilation system. Is now off, obviously. And now let's see here. Torpedoes are loaded. We'll keep those on. Alright, so now we're conserving energy here. So I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna switch to no manual. Wait a second, manual mode, aim position. I'm gonna try to go up there and man it myself and see how that goes. Yeah, so climb. So open. Climb. Alright, climb. Yoink. Why is it disabled? That is so confusing me. Oh, well, I gotta look into that. Yeah, we're looking pretty good here. I ain't gotta look that up. For real.
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
Sehr wohl, Herr Kaloi.
Well, that's not great by any means. And I mean, you can utilize the observation periscope. It's just easier to spot per se because it's a little bit bigger. The little observation ball, if you will, the mirrors and stuff like that are a lot bigger because it's meant to, you know, look at the sky and try to find stuff like airplanes and such. Where the attack periscope is obviously, you know, smaller and meant for, you know, attacking or torpedo attacks being submerged. Alright. Yeah, so you have to re-click. So you
Torpedo
click on both of
ausrichten.
them.
Torpedokurs berechnen.
So you can have the sonar man, you know, help with the torpedo solution. It does seem to increase
Herr Kaloi.
the torpedo solution a little bit better.
Sehr wohl, Herr Kaloi.
Yeah, see that guy's idle. Alright, so I mean he's searching. Hide periscope, collect information on all targets. Alrighty. So still turning here. Oh man. But we're gonna try to identify the SS drowning mute. Whatever. I'll try to ID that ship first. Before you know we start shooting at these other boats, depending on the circumstances here. What else can we do? Prepare. Okay, we're turned off the lights in some compartments. We have the engineer on the batteries, so we're getting more usage of the batteries more efficiently. Torpedoes are pretty good. I'm pretty confident they are. Let me just double check.
Jawohl.
Oh, nope. Gotta
Zu
warm that one
Befehl.
up. Thanks, man. Well, it is my fault. I didn't put him on the
Herr Kaloi.
actually more concerned about
Jawohl.
diving than I am with battery conservation. Because I mean, it's calm, but not, you know, because it is possible for the submarine to, that's called, you know, botching or breaching or just breaching the surface. Obviously, that's really bad because it, you know, you're on top, or they'll see you, spot you, and start scattering. There goes all your hard work and positioning, etc., etc. Yeah, so I think we're set. All that stuff. See, that's disabled because of the power. Yeah, so I think the conning tower is just bugging out because it's supposedly not getting power, even though it's totally turned on. Try to save it. Maybe I'll save it and reload it and see what happens. Before we do that, try one more time. Yeah, so go ahead and load this puppy. See if that gets rid of it. But it's probably not. Let me Google this real quick. Yeah, okay. So somebody said attack Periscope device disabled May 6th, 2019. Oh, Jesus. I get it. I cannot activate attack Periscope. I do not have it under attack or attacking. I click on the leader and nothing comes up. Don't even know how I got it got disabled. This is really frustrating. Can't seem to find anything to help me. Is it working if you're not getting contacts? If so, get the hide Periscope button at the top left. Selected it. Not at all. Yeah, and that was a year ago, so that bug's still in play. Well, that's annoying. Well, again, it is early access, so we'll see if that started or worked at all. Yep, device is disabled. Power. Yeah. Device is disabled. Now, let's say search for other targets, but you can't even get on it, dude. Can't get on it.
Torpedo ausrichten.
Yeah, that's good enough. We'll just hold right here.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Bestätigt.
Grand. That's just really, that's real great. So we're at 100%. So let me try to do this guy for crying out loud. Device is disabled. Man. Not sure how else to correct that.
Kapitän.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't know what else to tell you. Maybe
Herr Kaloy.
it's still freaking disabled. Well, that's annoying. Alright, so as we get closer and the ship approaches, yeah, the solution turns to 89%. He's preheating the torpedoes so we don't get any duds. He's on 4. Man, that irks me, dude. Attack Periscope for no bloody reasons disabled. Who was that? Join us or something? Alright, so somebody says to try to, well, I mean, I'm not sure if he's talking about the circuit breaker right here, but, let's see.
Herr Kaloi?
This, he says this one. Power distributor, so we'll go. I don't have any power, you know, from that camera view, any options to interact. Nope. Freak. Conning tower on. Let's see if that worked. Oh my gosh. Alright, yeah, so that's one way to do it. Holy cow. Good thing I
Jawohl.
found that, man. Yeah, so. Holy bejesus. Oh, bejesus. I'm clicking. I'm fucking stuff up now. Oh, that's interesting. Guess I should go back and close that.
Kapitän?
Well, that's a relief. Alright, so now he's on that one. Yeah, there you go. We're at 99%.
Torpedokurs berechnen.
So since that's, you know, 99% solution, we're gonna go ahead and try to
Torpedo ausrichten.
start identifying these other boats, or at least, you know, get solutions up there, if that makes sense.
Torpedokurs berechnen.
Yeah, so there you have it. You have to actually go into the circuit breaker itself, because, you know, I guess the shortcut or the hotkey gets bugged. Probably after you take damage from or in the conning tower. Similar to the Empire Explorer. Now, so say yeah, right now we're like the bottom is like 4,000 kilometers down or something crazy. If we're in shallow water, say, you know, like 200-300 kilometers, yeah, I'd actually kind of stick around the area after Convoy pushed off and try to recover said secret stuff, if you will. I think, well, that's in the sight circle.
Torpedokurs berechnen.
That guy's not even in the circle. So, in the side picture. So, what was I saying? Why is a body hunt fatigue alarm? Yeah. Bounty hunt. Man, they're tired. 3 months fatigue. What in the deuce? Only 3 days at sea.
Herr Kaloi? Herr Kaloi? Kapitän?
I mean, we only got, let's see,
Herr
2
Kaloi?
guys,
Herr Kaloi?
you know,
Kapitän?
working right now. Or at least underneath the direct supervision of the officers taskers. Man, so right now we're just static. Crew's extremely good about holding depth, saving battery, not sucking up oxygen.
Herr Kaloi?
Not needing to be on the radio. Good initiative, bad judgment, I suppose. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's it. Gyroscope's off. Everything else doesn't need to be on. Yeah, so we should be alright. Oh man, is that it right there? I don't think that's how that works. Pretty sure that's just a journal objective icon, maybe. It's a C3. The ship is still unknown. They're still a ways off. Like 3K away. Yeah.
Torpedokurs berechnen.
So maybe that's the actual ship, because the game's like, hey, this is a 20-ship convoy potentially. Here's the boat you need to sink. You're just guessing half the time. So at this point in time, I don't touch times 1 or 5, because at any point in time, yeah, this visibility can go from 4% because of the conditions of the sea. Can pop up, shoot real high, or get spotted from either air and or a watch officer or watchman's sharp eye. Because right now it doesn't seem like there's any kind of sun glare going on, so it shouldn't be making a shadow or creating a shadow, so it can't so you know what I'm talking about. There's boats right there in the distance. Their smokestacks. So without interrupting his calculations, we can zoom in. That's the ship we're trying to identify right now. But I let the crew do everything, more or less, and I just manage like intended. I wonder if that is it. This is in AI. So I don't think that's it. I mean, it's still not close enough to ID the ship potentially. That guy's at 99%. Start lining that guy up for torpedoes. 51. Yeah, fatigue -3. Goodness gracious. I gotta leave. No, manual. Okay. It will allow them to eat chow. Maybe that'll go away. -3 fatigue.
Herr Kaloy? Zu Befehl. Zu Befehl.
First aid. I guess we can put those back.
Aye, Herr Kaloy.
So you can kind of get away with taking more stuff by putting it on the sailors. He's currently holding supposedly 3
Aye, Herr Kaloy.
med packs, which I told him to put back. Would you like? Yes, I would. So now they're back. Little buggy.
Bestätigt.
Or he's moving it there. Yeah, so we'll let him do that. He wants to sit on the radio for whatever reason. Alright, dude. Come over here, bro.
Bestätigt.
Another thing is, I like this UI. You can just click on the captain. Alright, that ship I told him to identify is at 79%. Got some Sweden ships in there that are, not hostile. Doesn't do any good to sink those, I'm pretty sure.
Kapitän?
Alright, so it looks like he actually did.
Sehr wohl,
return
Herr
and said-
Kaloy.
Nope, he toyed it. Let's see here. Galley. Put 1 in there. Dude, oops.
Herr Kaloy?
Rack out, man. You're not on watch. Let's go to sleep. Still unknown, my goodness gracious. Alright, so he's on Bravo. Still identifies about 80%. We'll probably creep forward now. Because Because for whatever reason, I mean, I'm not complaining the corvettes are inside the convoy, so they shouldn't be able to detect us as well. Because of all the ships around them. So we'll probably shoot 3 torpedoes at the main target that's carrying the classified / secret weapons or whatever technology, and then from there we shall, open up to other targets. That guy's at 93%, 99, 58. That's a Sweden ship, so Sweden, UK. 1, 2, 3 corvettes. Ooh, great. We'll actually line that up to be
Torpedo ausrichten.
100%, and then we have the sonar
Torpedokurs
man
berechnen.
Herr Kaloy?
start trying to ID the Bravo target. It says 99. I wonder if they make it at 100. Give it about a minute or so. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna get any bigger. Yeah, so we'll start having them ID the
Torpedo ausrichten.
Liberty ship back here. So I'm gonna, position myself. We're on 6 knots now. We're moving along. Because sometimes the convoys change course, and then you're like, gosh bless, and then you're out of position. Or this is like a perfect setup. He's close enough to where, I can re-engage him and all that trash. Like, what is he? The Norfolk. And you can. So obviously, the closer you are, the better you can readjust your situation. But half the time, you try to get into position, and almost the perfect position to increase the probability of the torpedoes doing their bloody job. So I wonder if it's that one. Yeah, so where it's better to, be in a position and slowly creep as it being too close already, in my opinion, and get that, that parallel shot. We'll probably still shoot this guy because he's in the lead. If that makes sense. Still unknown. It's the Norfolk. Freighter unknown. So let's see. He's about 3K away, according to the data. Yeah, so about just under 3 to 2K, to be ID'd. Which kind of sucks because kind of wanted him. That's a Liberty unknown. 58%, 76, 24. That's terrible. 95, 99, 24%. So once he gets to once his Liberty ship gets to about 90 or whatever roll, risk it for the biscuit here and allow him to load torpedoes. Not gonna really have any time to preheat them, and then shoot as many as we can before the corvettes turn towards us. But if we're able to stay undetected the whole time, that increases the probability of getting or not being depth charged, or experiencing depth charge attacks as long per se. 88%. God bless. Yeah, so we're gonna let's see here. I'm gonna try to get in a smidgen closer. Try to close in on these guys, ID these ships. Maybe it is this one. I don't know. 90%. That's pretty good.
Torpedo ausrichten.
Yeah, he's still under about 3K. Or, yeah, I guess still about 3K. Yeah, a kilometer, give or take. So we're running 10 knots. Still doing pretty good. Detection's doing alright. %61%. Current target. Oh boy, I just wish we ID'd the bloody ship already. Go back down, reduce it to 5 knots. Corvettes are getting pretty close. Yeah, so I'm not sure if this is the ship or not. But maybe we'll set it up to use the Empire Lawrence. Yeah, so because it's a big ass convoy, yeah, it looks like it takes about like at least a K to ID ships. And I don't want to get away with, I don't want to go empty-handed, so I think I'm going to take out the Norfolk here. Once he, you know, starts crossing my plane. Go ahead, juice it back up to 10 yards, or 10 knots. Try to get closer to ID these guys. Alright, yeah, so we're looking pretty good. Oh, here it is. Or where is it? C, Charlie. That's our freaking boat. Yep, so now that, yeah, Jazz is confirmed as our primary target. We're gonna go ahead and open up. We're gonna shoot him first. Oh my gosh. How much time he's got? Preheating the torpedoes. So he's almost done with that. Alright, so we'll go ahead and flood 1 through 3. Actually, just 2 at a time. Oh, geez. Now it's not preheated. Alright, so then you got dispersion. Yeah, I put like 2 meters because those bad boys like to, you know, legitimately shoot them like a spread of 40, if you will. Actually, I probably should shoot 3 because that's the main objective. What am I doing? Alright, well, we'll shoot these first 2. See how that goes.
Los!
No, my dude.
Kapitän?
In the preheat. This
Sehr
guy.
wohl, Herr Kaloy.
And we'll switch targets.
Torpedokurs berechnen.
Actually,
Rohr 4,
4
bewässern.
and 5.
Rohr 5, bewässern.
Shoot this dude.
Rohr 4 fertig. Rohr 5 bewässert.
Guess we could kind of watch this happen. See if that works.
Los!
Oh, that's actually pretty dope. That's cool.
Herr Kaloy? Der Torpedo ist auf halbem Weg zum Ziel.
we're gonna allow him to go ahead and load those torpedoes once he's done preheating this third one. So put it into practice to shoot. Made a last second decision there to put 2 into the SS Drowning and then put 2
40
into this
Sekunden bis
Norfolk.
Torpedoeinschlag.
And then, depending on the outcome, put the third fish into whichever boat needs it. So this is, you can watch it from here.
30
I guess we'll do
Sekunden.
that. More entertaining. So it looks like these ones are. So this is a shitty angle. I'll be surprised if these actually go off and hit this guy.
20 Sekunden.
But see, like that's maybe like 1 meter of dispersion. Put 40. And the second one would be like way out here.
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag.
Yeah. So hopefully that pops off.
Treffer. Treffer. Schwere Schäden am Rumpf.
Alright, so that's serious damage. That's pretty good.
Treffer.
Well, I don't know which one he's talking about.
Treffer.
Alright, so that one is.
Schwere Schäden
Or the
am
abandoned
Rumpf.
boat. Yeah. Alright, sank it. This one's still. Yeah, there's a little health bar. You can change this in the settings if you want, if you're that hardcore. Me, on the other hand, not saying I have a life or I'm better than people, but, it's a little time consuming. Yeah, I'm like, alright, so I'm, because that information, I could probably look through the Periscope and determine,
Rohr 1 geladen.
like, okay, yeah, let's put another fish into the boat, you know what I'm saying? But, I'm trying to make the most of this first attack. So he's still loading torpedoes. He's got guys helping him out here. Third torpedo's on the way to Norfolk. Even though, damn it, looks like it is sinking. But just for insurance reasons. Alright, so then we'll line up Empire.
Torpedo ausrichten.
The Lawrence looks like the next best target. Yeah. I guess I could have zoomed in. Like their abandoned ship. And it does look like it's
40
listing.
Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag.
But I did go so a ship did look at the
30 Sekunden.
looked like it was sinking. Yeah, it's totally sinking. Garbage. But anyways, it sat here and it didn't sink. I had to turn back around. Luckily I was only maybe like 10k away. I hope just for, accuracy it still hits. I had to turn back around. Luckily it was only about like 10k. I was like, well, they're not saying it's damaged or sunk, so that buggered. Maybe it hit somebody else. I don't know why that's gonna happen. Well, shitbags. Alright, so now the Corvette's, getting the idea that, so we'll shoot these first 2
Rohr 1 bewässern.
at this,
Rohr 2
Lawrence
bewässern.
dude.
Rohr 1
Oh, screw it, we'll
bewässert.
shoot all 3.
Rohr 2 fertig.
Now we'll shoot 1. We'll
Rohr
shoot the
3
first 2.
geladen.
Gotta wait for that percentage to go up. 98%. Looking for the old 99. The Corvettes are reacting. He's turning around, pushing off. 98% is pretty good. Alright, so fire away, boys.
Los!
And for whatever reason, if the torpedo tubes are still up there, you know what I mean? They're not gonna wait for them to load it. They're not going to.
Rohr 4 geladen.
No, actually, no. Wait.
Zu
Jawohl.
Befehl.
Is he still loading one?
Jawohl.
Oh, dang, we still have like a shit ton of torpedoes left. Yeah, so I mean, Corvettes we still haven't been detected. Corvettes turning
Der
out that
Torpedo
way.
ist auf halbem Weg zum Ziel.
So I'm gonna try make the most of it. These are
40 Sekunden
electric torpedoes.
bis
Oh shit, you can actually
Torpedoeinschlag.
see us over here. That Corvette's actually pretty effing close. And you can see, you know, the debris. These are, you know,
30 Sekunden.
the little rafts of the sailors, if you will. That dude's actually pretty close.
20 Sekunden.
Usually I'm pretty unlucky and they turn like right into me, the escorts. So we're making the most of the
10
situation.
Sekunden bis
Another crazy
Einschlag.
thing is like that
Rohr 1 geladen.
torpedo will hit, and it'll rock the ship so much that it'll actually go under.
Minimale Schäden. Torpedoversager.
God, and that was a dud. There you go, first dud. Doink. Doink. Yeah, and that didn't, see, it didn't scratch it. Yep. So you have to sit here, alright, so do I put more fish into it, or do I invest more time into preheating them, per se? But I think once he's loaded the second one, we'll go ahead and, I don't know, we don't really have time to preheat these things. So for now we'll go for quantity than quality.
Rohr 2 geladen.
Where are we at right now? So I'm not sure if we already met our quota for 7,000, but better safe than sorry, if that makes sense.
Rohr 1, bewässern. Rohr 2, bewässern.
Rohr 1 bewässert. Rohr 2 fertig.
Yeah, especially since the Corvette's still out there.
Los!
Let's see how these do. Imagine being in these pontoon boats, or these boats, and you see torpedoes zipping through the water
Rohr
underneath
5
them.
geladen.
That's pretty intense.
Kapitän,
Alright, dude, so we're gonna have you just
der Torpedo ist auf halbem Weg zum Ziel.
preheat the ones that are in there.
Jawohl. 40 Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag.
The captain's getting worn out, man, because he's been looking through that periscope for quite a
30
while.
Sekunden.
30 seconds. Guess we'll zoom in here. I usually don't do this, but yeah, for
Treffer.
observation reasons, please go off.
Schwere Schäden am Rumpf.
Alright, so that's 2 hits.
Treffer. Schwere Schäden am Rumpf.
Serious damage is usually a good thing. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Man. So luckily the Corvettes are searching in the wrong areas, so we're doing great. Of course, that's really close. This guy. Maybe we'll go ahead, stop, and make sure we're going straight. Rudders and midships, and kind of throw the reverse a smidge. And then let's see here. We do like 20 degrees.
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
What is it, 6 days at sea? Center view, where's the journal? Yeah, journal. Show activity. Yeah, it doesn't say. Interesting. So I assume that, because of the 7,000, yeah, it just says patrol sector B, and because the that's good enough. Because the
Kurs auf diese
7,000,
Koordinaten setzen. Schneller, schneller!
quota is no longer chilling out here, we'll just assume that. I'm gonna assume that we already
Schneller,
made it,
schneller!
if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's a wicked angle. That's like, yeah. So we're just gotta still throw in reverse here. Nothing too crazy. I'm not sure. I think that might be too close, actually. We shall see.
Rohr 1 geladen.
You're loading the torpedoes because the convoy's going mighty slow. There's one right here. Maybe we'll shoot at that guy next. It's further away by a long shot. He's also smaller. This guy's pretty big. Yeah. Yeah, so this is kind of nice. Undetected. Gonna float away. Patrol around our patrol area and then return home as heroes. Obviously, I'm letting the computer do everything. Once the game is full release, then I'll start, manually doing the torpedo jazz. Yeah, so I'm pretty interested in how that's gonna
Rohr 2 geladen.
turn out. Yeah, this dude looks pretty big too. Maybe we should ID the crap out of him.
Torpedokurs berechnen.
Preheating the torpedoes. We're just backing up here to, we'll still have that 9-degree offset. I'm just backing up a smidge, so. Oh god, I think I used to know this. I think it's like 900 meters is the. You shoot these things and they'll arm at 900 meters, I believe. I could probably look that up. But I don't want to disturb him. 67%. It's 100% solution. Still preheating. Yeah, so this is probably one of the more relaxed attacks I've witnessed. Maybe so. The skills of the corvettes and destroyers differ. That's for sure. So yeah, it seems like this guy's kind of like creeping along, listening, but I'm nowhere near him. Plus, I'm kind of going backwards, so who knows? 82%. I kind of want to shoot at this guy because he looks like he has more stuff. Looks like he's a little bit bigger than most. This guy's pretty big. Yeah, so we'll shoot this guy first. 86%.
Rohr 2, bewässern. Rohr 3, bewässern.
Rohr 2 fertig. Rohr 3 bewässert.
Yeah, so right now I'm making this look extremely easy. It is easy, I guess, to some extent. But it doesn't always happen like this, I'll tell you that much. Especially when there's escorts involved. You know what I mean? Like, this is probably the smoothest, escorted convoy interaction I've had in a long time. But we are only on patrol 6, so we'll go ahead and stop moving.
Schneller, schneller!
It's about 92%. I'm just worried about shooting these and, intersecting with this other ship that's off, accidentally shoot the wrong boat here. Alright, it's 9-3. We'll go ahead and fire.
Los!
Go ahead and load
Rohr
tube
1
1.
bewässern.
Rohr 1 bewässert.
Los! Rohr 5 bewässern.
Oh, wait a second. Like, you don't want to do that. So that's 3 boats. That's usually pretty good. Try to get 6. So that's 1. 1, 2,
40 Sekunden bis
3. 1, 2,
Torpedoeinschlag.
3. Yeah, 3 sank so far. 5, correction.
30 Sekunden.
Yeah, he's taking a while. You just aren't it because I'm anticipating or what?
20 Sekunden.
Alright.
Rohr 4 bewässern.
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag. Der Torpedo ist auf halbem Weg zum Ziel. Rohr 4 fertig.
Looks like it's gonna be a good shot right underneath the boiler. Cover me.
Treffer.
Yeah. Oh man, not super serious damage. So go ahead and fire number 4 here.
Los!
Preheat number
40
5.
Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag.
So since, well, I mean,
30
since there's some
Sekunden.
white smoke that indicates some flooding, so may or may not be winning the flooding
20
fight.
Sekunden.
But we're sending another torpedo, just in case, you know.
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag. 40 Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag.
Nice. Alright.
Schwere
Big
Schäden am Rumpf.
explosion.
Treffer. 30 Sekunden. Schwere Schäden am Rumpf.
Yeah, so. Yeah, I got
20 Sekunden.
You try to hit a Corvette.
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag.
So we got 1 torpedo. We'll see if this one puts a nail in the coffin. Doesn't it looks like it's listing a smidgen that way?
Treffer.
So now she looks like she might break. I'm not sure what the lighter green means exactly. Yeah, so there it goes. I guess, you know, they're evacuation, it's on fire. I don't know exactly what all that means. I guess for target practice, we'll shoot this last one out there and try to tag it. But overall, it's a pretty successful run. No complaints.
Rohr 5 bewässert.
78%. Let's go ahead and eat that sucker.
Los!
You know, get out of here.
Herr Kalot.
That's all the fish. Go ahead.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Go to 50 meters.
Tauchen auf 50 Meter.
So obviously that's all the fish belonging to the submarine. Crew's happy. We sank, was it 5 or 6? 5, 4, I don't know. But they have extra space now to do other things. So, in retrospect, that's
Herr
probably
Kaloi?
the smoothest
Kapitän?
convoy attack I've ever been part of, I guess you could say.
Der Torpedo ist auf halbem Weg zum Ziel. Herr Kaloi?
Yeah, rotate the watch out here. Oh crap, we should have the Sweden boat. Oh well. Yeah, more along the lines, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to say to tell you. Usually, I mean, I think I made it look easy. But
40 Sekunden bis
the
Torpedo-Einschlag.
majority of the time it doesn't go that smooth. I'll say that. So the oxygen looks pretty shitty.
30 Sekunden.
So depending on where the Corvette is, it's actually over here.
20 Sekunden.
You know, maybe we'll risk it for the biscuit and turn on the ventilation to try to
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag.
you know,
Zu Befehl.
kind of redistribute the oxygen inside the boat. Oh yeah, so obviously you saw the morale was kind of
Der Aal
shitty,
ging daneben, Herr Kaloi.
and with that, since we, you know, obviously sank some ships, skyrockets, it goes to 100%, and then, you know, back down. So we turn on the ventilation system. Ventilate, so you have, steering 85, 96, so we're making noise, but with the, I guess, you know, crumbling ships and explosions and stuff like that, you know, it messes with the acoustics of the ocean. They do take that into accountability. So what I really like a lot is typically, you know, submarines would get away after the first or second initial depth charge attack, and then, yeah, because of the explosions, it's really hard to maintain or track the submarine, especially using, you know, just hydrophones, just listening for, you know, said submarine. And
Treffer.
oh wow, we hit it. Holy cow!
Schwere Schäden am Rumpf.
Serious damage too. So maybe how many ships is that? 6 maybe. Very successful patrol. My goodness. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So gonna go ahead and cut it here. But in closing remarks, yeah, it's really not that easy half the time. I think, you know, the Corvettes definitely not as aggressive as some of the destroyers. Maybe they don't have, you know, oh wow, we sank it. So wow, that's impressive. You know, so in that regard, you know, it's just not that easy. You know, most of the time after the first, you know, torpedoes hit, the escorts, you know, turn directly in my general direction, and then I'm having to dive and evade, and then you know, I have to almost come back to or try to shadow the convoy, reposition, and attack again. But you know, since the Corvettes, you know, kind of, there's 3 of them scattered around, not being too aggressive. You know, usually the destroyers are pretty aggressive. You know, maybe the Corvettes didn't have active sonar, so they're slowing down looking for me and have no general idea where the torpedoes are coming from. Since they are electric torpedoes, you know, the bubbles or the stream from the torpedoes signature is significantly smaller as opposed to steam-powered torpedoes. So maybe that's why they weren't heading my direction. Who knows? It's still early access. And I'm not sure how many patches they're in. I think it's like maybe the 7th or 8th patch, maybe. Not exactly sure, but still pretty fun in that aspect. So we're gonna, cruise at 50 meters here and break contact with the convoy. Radio in our success and the, convoy's heading, this, that, and the other thing, to let the other, submarines in the area shadow and hunt the ships that are left in the convoy.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
So, yeah, that's how that rolls. Yeah, so that's a convoy attack from a periscope. I mean, letting the computer do everything, all that stuff. And, like I said before, I'm not going to do anything manually till, the game's in full release and the bugs are, out. Because what I'm trying to avoid is doing it manually and then finding a bug and breaking the game completely. Just playing as the game, letting it go through its motions without corrupting the file, if that makes sense, and try and progress as far as I can in this state of the game. So we'll go ahead and cut there.